Rob, obviously Kevin Durant is leading the way and he's playing at an MVP level and he's in the race. He is very much in the race with Giannis and Luka Doncic for the MVP. Jason Tatum, maybe Donovan Mitchell. He's right up there. Jokic, Nikola Jokic. They're all fighting and they're all playing great and he's one of them. But Kyrie Irving is also a huge part, Rob. They're a Batman and Robin for sure. And Kyrie, Rob, since he's been back from his issues earlier in the year, let's put it that way, they are 18-3. They've got the number one net rating, no pun intended, in the league. They've got the number one offensive rating in the league. They got the number six defensive rating in the league. He's averaging 26 points, Rob, on 52% shooting, 42% from three, and they have moved up to not only the second seed in the East, Rob, but the second best record in the NBA. And there was a story in the New York Post this week posing this question, and I'm going to pose it to you. Is Kyrie Irving playing himself into a max deal with the Nets or anybody else?
There's a long way to go, but we know he's talented. If Chris somehow, some way, he can get through this year, no more issues, play well like he's been playing, there'll be a suitor because they'll be like, he went through hell. He got through, he turned a leaf, and you would hope that, you're not going back down that road. You never know, Chris. You get the deal, and then you could do a flip-flop. But sure, there will be somebody interested in signing Kyrie to a deal if there's smooth waters. If there's another issue or situation that comes up down the road, then that's going to scare people. But at the way they're playing, and it's all about basketball in Brooklyn. Chris, you're in New York. You don't hear nothing else, right? Zero. Basketball.
No, it's all hoop. But do you think people, if you're running a team, Rob, and let's say there's no more issues this year, do you think teams, I do. I think teams, and I'm not saying there's 30 teams. All it takes is one. But I do think a lot of front office people and owners, for that matter, will say, Rob, it's contract year. He knew, he lost his Nike deal. He knew he had to be on his best behavior. And he was great. But if I give him a 4-year contract, does it go back? And it might not be, hopefully there's no type of vaccination situation we have to deal with again, right? It might not be, hopefully there's nothing like the Jewish situation he was in earlier in the year.
Right.
But Kyrie had his issues before that. Taking, a week off here or there. Injuries, that was a big thing. Injuries with him. And Boston, it was, issues just leadership wise. He got tired of playing with LeBron. Like, I would still, Rob, look at that like, man, I'd have a hard time giving him a 4-year deal. The thing is, what about the Nets, right? That's where he's at. That's where he's wanted to be. Rob, if they win the championship, which is possible, then if I'm the Nets, sure. He got us a ring. He's great. Hopefully he's matured. He's going to tell me he's matured. He's going to say all the right things. We win a championship. I got Kevin Durant the next 3 years. Why not? Right? If we get deep in the playoffs, don't win a championship, Kyrie's a model citizen the rest of the way, plays great on the court. I'm ideally, Rob, if I'm running the Nets, I'm like 2 years guaranteed, player option and team option. If both can have options for a third year. That's what I'd like to do. I think, the only teams with money, max money, Rob, next summer, Houston, the Lakers, Charlotte, Detroit, Indiana, Oklahoma City, Orlando. None of those are great situations, except maybe the Lakers. Maybe. And Kyrie obviously wanted to go to the Lakers this summer, at least to some degree. So they would be a threat, but would they offer him that a long-term, a 4-year deal? So that's what I'd want to do if I'm the Nets, you know. And then if the market means I got to pay him more, maybe I do. But I would want to do like a 2-year team option for a 3rd year, Rob. Max money.
Yeah, I get what you're saying and putting safeguards in for yourself.
Yep.
But that might not be what the market is and what you might need to do. It's a risk, Chris. I'm not sitting here acting like all's good, nothing happened in the past. But it is about a business. It is about talent. He does something unique that a lot of people can't do. And that's why people have put up with some situations that haven't been the best and have signed people. And then other guys have not gotten paid. I always think of Boogie Cousins, Chris, who remember was on the verge of a $200 million deal with the Kings. You remember?
Yep.
And they balked. And they traded him to New Orleans. He got traded from everywhere he went. Chris, the chance of him getting that deal diminished to where he never got it.
Right.
Like that can happen.